Yes, we'll go ahead and get our project management meeting started. Welcome, everyone. We'll do quick introductions here at the table. I'm Jenny Knight, City Administrator. Matt.
Go, hey. Matt Robertson, City Engineer.
Brian Byfeld, Director.
Tyler Seaman, Building Official.
Ryan Barker, Northview Fire District.
Go to Pine People. Brady Hanson, the Bonne Vista Water.
Perfect. On the agenda first, we have a discussion about Crest Estates. Caitlin, want to join us up here at the table? I understand you submitted an application for feedback from the city on a parking concern, or we'll let you introduce it.
Yeah, so I'm Caitlin and just representing the board of Gulfview Town Hall Speedway. And there's just concerns regarding visibility when turning left off of 1975 to traffic that's coming from the south on 250 West. In the image, the red circles are where the cars are currently being parked, and that's just where the visibility is extremely blocked, especially after work hours, but that's the gist of it. I did bring other photos. It was only allowing me to put one, so.
So is your inquiry from an enforcement standpoint from the development or from the HOA's perspective? Is that what?
As far as I understand, the area is controlled by the HOA, and they're wanting a site review just to see if it is enforceable by more formal standards rather than the board making a decision.
Okay, so they want us to review the site. From a site perspective, I think that tree.
Yeah, I mean, you probably, looks like you get a few issues, right? You get a tree right there as well as if cars are parked there. You can't see those vehicles that are around.
You know how wide the street is?
I know sir.
The EV answer is, if it's 26 feet, you can't park on it. Parking lot, that's a fire code issue.
I'm not sure if I did this.
Check.
I can pass these around if you want to see the additional photos.
And I can even go look at it later, but if it's a fire code, then I can work with. Just get no parking signs put up. I mean, the HOA would have to do it, but we need at least 26 feet with no parking.
Probably have 14 minutes too. Measure it.
It's not that wide. But if it's already a residence, it should be parking there.
It's not, that's part of, we weren't sure if we needed signs or to mark the curb road.
Is there a curb? Is
Yeah.
there curbing there?
Yeah, there's a sidewalk and a curb road, it's not, right?
It looks like it might be 28 feet, but. So, I don't know.
Well, it's got a lot of red on it. But even 28 feet, you can't have, you need 26 feet of unobstructed stops. Asphalt, so far trucks coming in, someone can get by, and if someone's parked on the street, we won't be able to have people get by us.
And it's 28 feet.
Not enough. You'd almost have to be 34 to the 8 feet wide for a car, and then 26 feet of clear path.
Oh.
But I mean,
Yeah, it's right there around 27, 28 feet. Oh, it's not even right. There's well, they have red. They have red on, well, it's still the same. They have red on the other side. So that maybe is why everybody's parking on that side.
you want to take my number, I can help you with it.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, you guys can't do much, right?
Yeah, we can't, from an enforcement, it's a private road, so we can't do anything enforcement, right?
Right.
Chief?
Yeah, there's only certain traffic violations we can enforce on private property. know that a lot of HOAs and stuff utilize tow companies and they post it where they don't want parking and then the tow companies will drive through occasionally. And they'll just tow vehicles that are in violation. That's something that needs to do.
Yeah, and just to be clear, the HOA plans to, yeah, like do anything necessary. They're just looking for more of an official opinion on it rather than.
I think you could tell them that it's a fire code issue.
I can look into it and get you. I should bring a card, but my email is rbarker at northviewfire.com or .gov, sorry. Cool. And I can even write you a letter if it's a fire code violation and get that for your report.
And typically, is there a time period that they have?
I can go look at it on my way back today. Then I can get it for the week.
Oh, I just mean
Oh.
before the board has to
Nope.
do anything about it.
Because it's like, the chief said, it's a HOA issue. I can give strong recommendations, get it moved, but
That's helpful. Do you want me to leave these with you or?
We're good, is that helpful?
Yeah, that does clarify.
Okay. All right,
Thank you so
thank you.
much.
Okay, next up, we have Sunflower. Randy?
Hello.
Okay. We have a newly submitted concept plan.
Yeah, so, these are lots that are, so it's 12 new lots in the one existing home. They're between quarter acre and a third acre, varying in size. Based on the shape of the property, they are generally wider than they are deep. So based on that, the road that we've drawn in, Matt, this is 32 feet of asphalt, but attached sidewalks and any right of way at back block. So hopefully that's okay. It's wider than the section we were proposing before.
Right.
And then as far as we're looking at setbacks, the 25-foot setback is really important to you guys,
It's the garage, yes.
to the garage, 15 to the house.
I think you proposed 20 on this one.
You tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 is okay. So 20, 25 fronts, sides, sevens. Where we maybe need some flexibility is the rear lots, because like I said, these are wider than they are deep.
But I think
So
you're
they kind of have
proposing
a
20
bigger,
feet, right?
well, I would like to go to 10 feet on these larger lots because of the 25-foot front.
How
So
deep are the
that's,
lots?
on these get to be the shallowest lots here at about 87 feet deep right in here. They get deeper as they go. So really, we're kind of getting pinched in here. And we're evaluating alternatives, like, because the lots are so wide, do we have a side entry garage instead of a straight entry garage, so it's not garage forward.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So some ideas about that. But you know, we don't want to be constrained to it, but we're evaluating that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're seeing if we can have a 10-foot, like, in the case of a 10-foot rear here, depending on how, well, actually, as I look at, honestly, this home should probably face that way. And then the rear would be probably solved, because that's a more traditional, deeper than it is wide lot.
But you need the 20 feet on the side, so you end up crunching it the other way
To
to the corner.
yeah, you're right. Well, but it wouldn't,
Then it'd be considered a side
Side
yard
facing
setback
corner.
instead of a,
yeah, so
Yeah.
87 minus 2067 minus 7 on the other side, it's a 60-foot buildable. That could work out. We always imagined them all facing the center street, you know,
Yeah.
and these two.
that does seem visually to,
Yeah, it feels visually better. So we were hoping to ask for some
Something.
flexibility on that rear setback. Understanding that most of the lots will have more than that, but down toward the end, they may have two or three that get pinched that have a really large side yard,
Yeah.
but not as large of a backyard. What's the city stance on patios and setbacks? You know, like open patio, covered patio,
I think you can put patios, they aren't considered structures,
even if they're covered with the
is
roof.
that right? I think when you put
I've
a roof on,
I've seen it both.
You know what it is?
I think it depends on subdivision, but I think it's 5 feet additional to what the rear setback is that you can encroach with the roof.
With a covered patio, yeah, approach up to 5 feet, okay. Yeah, so if we could get some flexibility on that rear setback,
we're changing that though.
We're changing that though.
I think though, if you're
I'll
looking
raise
at.
you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
You're changing it to,
well, just to keep the standard setback, are you talking about that really strange caveat that was like, oh, that's only for additions, not for new builds?
Not for new construction.
Okay, so we're being good at that weird caveat. But maybe I'm not thinking of the same one as you, just in general. I don't remember this one, but. I mean, one thing is you're looking at that backyard as someone else's side yard. Not their backyard, well, it's their backyard and their side yard.
that's the
Okay.
addition.
Yeah, it's just some additions and we're eliminating that because it makes no sense to have different setbacks for an addition than you do for a new home.
Well, and it's just, they have to.
Yeah, they have to go on for 5
years.
years. That's a weird one we're getting rid of.
So we can't just build the house and then do an addition on it?
5 years later.
Oh, is that still 5 years later?
Yeah, I was like, that was carved out for someone at some point.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Doing what I just said, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, and that's where it says maintains the minimum setback of 15. That's where they limit it. They reduce it to a 15.
Yeah.
10 feet is tight.
Well,
That is
so with 10 feet,
concerning.
I'm not concerned about covered patios encroaching into that. When you get into 20 feet,
That's
then I'm
weird.
concerned, well, I'm concerned about fit. Because what happens, 25-foot front, 20-foot back, and what we don't want to do is create a lot that's double wide, you know, or because it's super wide,
Yeah,
and very,
yeah.
and very
It's too
shallow,
narrow.
right?
The, oh. If those homes were all side loaded, it would have bothered me if the homes were closer to the street. But from that sidewalk, what is as close as you would feel comfortable from the back of sidewalk to the front of home?
I'd like to keep at least 20. I mean, you've got a 10-foot.
10-foot.
10 foot PUE,
You got 10-foot PUV.
Yeah, I wouldn't go less than 15, just because Enbridge is giving us trouble.
yeah, I wouldn't wanna go less than
Um,
15, but I'm wondering if you're okay.
I think I'm okay with the
Tight,
20 on the
15.
front. It's,
Yeah.
it's really the
back
flexibility on
between-
that rear, understanding the side yard condition. You know,
So
of course,
those ones are 87.
yeah, about 87
Ones.
on the shallowest,
Yeah.
which is like these two.
So if you were 20 front and 20 back here. So how wide do you need for people?
Well, we have all different products, and so it just depends, like the Ramblers are bigger, deeper, versus the 2 stories. And we're just trying to maintain flexibility to provide a mix of unit
Is
sizes.
it mostly that covered patio you're thinking of encroaching into that back or?
Not
kind of sky's the limit
necessarily,
right
like
there?
it could, like I said, a Ramblers, like I've got a Rambler that's 62 feet deep. That's one of
That's
my,
pretty deep.
that's one of the bigger ones. I don't even think that would actually fit in this community, but this is just an example, like
Yeah,
we've got products that are bigger. So of course, like, I get that we're asking for changes and ideas, and we still are on board with offsite storm improvements.
you're okay with that with this plan?
With this plan, yeah, that's.
That's awesome.
to get the storm basin in, to drain it, make sure that that's dry, improve the water conditions in the whole region,
Yeah.
right? So,
That would be awesome. If
yeah,
that still works into it, that would be awesome. I think the lot size, for me, it seems like a reasonable ask. I would want to know, Auntie Grover's opinion, what you think about the plausibility of this versus what was proposed before. I mean, the main concerns we heard from planning commission was they felt it was just too dense for this area. These are rather large estates, and if you look across the street, even in the agricultural zone, they have something similar to what you're seeing right there.
So it fits better.
Yeah, that seemed to be the biggest concern.
Yeah, we talked about how the last project was great, but the density and the timing and the location just were not meshing, so. I mean, what do you think the city council's appetite is for this? We're pretty mixed, in planning commission right now, with, I think, some that are, not wanting any houses anywhere, ever.
Okay.
And that's some of the community too. I like the project. That's my short answer.
These are gonna be really nice $1 million homes.
yeah, they're gonna be, they'll probably, the base price below $1 million.
Yeah.
But when guys have you at doors and windows, you don't know.
Yeah.
Great
at everything.
Yeah, but if people start doing options and things, right?
Maybe 30-acre lots over here going.
They were starting price 750-ish
Yeah, just,
on 30-acre lots, weren't they, Heather, about that?
They're not very pretty, those ones.
Yeah.
oh, we can do that.
Um,
I wish you guys were close to Spanish Fork. I would take you guys down to our mall and done. It's something.
Okay.
So when you're way down south, just,
Okay, okay, for the Philstone.
yeah.
So I think from my perspective, the greater challenge here is the affordable overlay is not. It's not.
It's gonna have to be,
applicable, right?
it's gonna have to be like
So it's just.
applying a different zone with development agreement.
It's just a development agreement. It's not-
Or just a straight.
Yeah,
up
right.
development agreement. Fine, too, yeah.
So are we technically amending your original application, or is this a resubmittal or a new submittal? It's not,
Our thought was to amend the application. And I actually, I mean, I kind of want to go to city council and I want to show them the affordable plan, knowing it's not going to go anywhere. And then also show them this plan, just give them alternatives, city. We vote for one of these, that's what I like.
One of the biggest things that I got out is that they want to make this. One of the biggest things that I got out from the city council standpoint, based on feedback was coming back from residents, is they want to try to remain a rural type of feeling. By simplifying this and bringing it in, you put in more of that blending, condition, at least what I see, allowing you still to build, but at the same time, it's not crunched into.
It's definitely not as tight.
Yeah, I think that's the positive thing with this zone. People still have the opportunity to build on the land at the same time, trying to remain in the rural atmosphere that Harrisville's known for. Is where we're trying to get that mixed with life. I think it's a good plan. How you come across the Harrison City, I think it's more how you come across the residents.
so kind of circling back, thank you for that. Input too, Grover, because I think it's important to stick with the feedback that we got from the original, which was density related, of the vast majority of it was density related. The challenge from my perspective of amending the application is that was based on the HODs, that was based on affordability. We want to be clear that this new application or this new concept
It's not doing the
is
overlay.
not, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
So-
this can't hit.
I guess
I
it
mean, unless we
was,
change the target price.
right,
Right, yeah.
so I wouldn't want to give, I guess my concern, Sarah, is I wouldn't want to give the public the perception that
wrong-
this is gonna be affordable housing at a larger density, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, which,
Less
okay,
dense.
so I think, yeah, changing the application. Drop deposit, I agree with that, is right. I mean, otherwise it's the same, it's a development agreement.
yes, and
Yeah.
that is an allowable option for an application, right? You can come in and request a development agreement for density on a parcel of land. But because we're halfway through or 3/4 of the way through the process with the HOS, I just want to make sure that the public understands this isn't building affordable houses on this concept.
Yeah,
We will need to go back to planning commission.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I was anticipating that,
And
so
hold this-
this meeting is on.
Do public hearings.
Next month, through the city council, must pass.
But you would still intend, that would put you in October to city council as earliest, right?
September planning commission.
Assuming the planning commissioners made a decision in September to move
Yeah, let's do that.
forward.
Well, I would like, I mean, I'd like to move this, like, if this is gonna
Yeah,
happen.
because we're
on that
There is time sensitivity.
Because of the offsite storm and
Yeah.
city improvements, and it makes sense to not cut up a new road. Yeah, I'll.
Agreed.
Right, that.
For me, from a planning standpoint, I know the residents will have their opinions, but this to me is a value add city because we need that storm drain, we don't have plans to put it in otherwise. And this is easier, we're gonna get a lot more property taxes out of this than we're gonna get out of one property there.
Oh, for sure.
Financially, to me, this is a great option if we can help the residents understand the value to the whole community and there's a huge, a huge condensed concession from what was proposed before, even though I think the other one was definitely a value as the community,
Yeah,
but just not the right fit. So I'm willing to present that from staff. It'll still be obviously up to the planning commission to decide if they're willing to take the trade-off. As far as the back setback, it's 10 feet is tight. What if we said 20 feet, but you can encroach with the patio up to 5 feet, so we can get to 15 feet? That 10 feet is just really,
Yeah, I mean,
that's tight.
right, like, the code right now, we're gonna change it.
Yeah.
It does allow an addition to go up to 15.
So maybe we say 15 feet.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, anything up to 15 feet is okay. 10 feet just worries me a little bit. And I realize it's probably just one corner that's gonna be. It's gonna be that one corner of the house that's gonna hit that,
Right.
that feet.
can we just set it at 15
Yeah,
and not let the patio, don't
Yeah.
do anything about patio, just set it
a
at
15
15?
foot set. I would be comfortable with that.
Yeah, and I will go back and
Here's
look at our product and make sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go into development here. That's just all issues.
Yeah, it's gonna be, yeah. So that was my follow-up question is how quickly will you be presenting a new development agreement for review?
We can get to you quick.
It'll be very similar to what we've already got, just drop all
If
the,
you simplified, yeah.
Yeah, drop all the HOS language.
which really simple.
This is actually a really simple development.
Right,
And-
it should be, because the only thing you're really changing, I mean, it's gonna specify different setbacks and road widths. and
Just,
different
just swap out as the concept plan,
Yeah.
and on the concept plan, I'll put a road section and lot typicals. And the development agreement, just refer to the concept plan, and so.
And so one phrase I know your attorneys will hate, but the important is that we say, in exchange for increased density, we are asking for the storm drain. And so that will need to be a part of the development agreement. I mean,
Well,
it's
not even-
required, well, it is,
it's not
we are
even-
gonna require it.
Well, it's not even that we're asking for it, it's just, it's.
It's a requirement.
It
So
is
that
gonna
you
be a
can develop,
requirement.
right?
Okay.
There's nowhere else to take the stormwater. So
Yeah,
that's-
other than to do on lot, right?
Well, when that's what we want to avoid is the online
Well, yeah, we do too, so.
by,
Well, the process, if you go and, once you do a geotech study on this too.
It's not gonna work.
like the
Shallow groundwater.
Retention basins just not gonna work. The water won't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what, I mean, that's one of the reasons, we asked for the setback stuff, is no basements out in this region.
Yeah.
So, so the house footprint matters, right?
yeah.
Right, so the only way, you probably have a hard time in specific areas, you can look at our code in chapter 8, I think, it talks about the basements. If you have a specific geotech study that identifies the depth of groundwater and identifies.
We do.
Habitable floor elevation for each lot, then basements are an option.
The only way to do it is like to daylight it or to raise the house up.
that's-
We don't plan to do.
Okay, right.
And this
Or-
meets city standards for the infrastructure, so there would be no HOA, it would just be.
Yeah, our
development.
preference, we don't love HOAs. I moved out behind, so I just done being myself. We do them as we need them, but our preference is yet not to do an HOA. So that would mean this, the storm basin would be a dedication to the city.
And utilities, and we've already gone over, because we did with your first concept plan. Any comments from utility providers?
We should be good. There is a possibility, depending on the timeline, where it goes in, the line that you'd be tying into in Harrisville Road, we're taking over for Bonita Vista. And that section of it, we haven't been able to scope with a camera. So that might be a possibility on the timeline that might need to be scoped for a small section, just to check the stability.
Is the line deactivated already? So it's in use right now.
And we had, Mark, did you have a comment?
Yeah, just keep in mind the irrigation, tailwater ditch that'll have
Yep.
to come down there. And what I'm hearing is if you have those, the back setback of like 15 feet, that should be adequate because we're requiring a 10-foot from center. Of the pipe for,
Because is that ditch coming along the east side of what you're showing right now?
It comes down here,
And turn.
and then it currently floods across this and outfalls here. There is a box here with the pipe that goes out as well. So depending, it may be that this grade gets raised over here and the ditch is diverted into this box. Like we can figure that out, how it works, but we've gotten like that together.
Randy and I want to discuss some ideas on in that area. So, at this point, it's kind of keep it in mind, and it sounds like that's what he's doing.
So Matt, are you comfortable not including the storm drain? You think there's enough teeth in the code itself to require the storm drain, that we don't need it in the development agreement?
Either way,
Development agreement?
I don't,
And
Just make you guys comfortable.
have your attorney, Matt?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't.
Yes, it's okay.
Either way, it's gotta go in, just like, you know, they've got to tie in the bottom of it, so they gotta tie it. They've got to tie that utility in, so.
It'd be complicated.
And so if it's not in the development agreement, it's still gonna be a requirement. Okay, sorry. I just needed a refresher, so I wasn't sure what the storm basin ties into its pressure range. Yeah, so it's gonna have to likely come across and then run down here. We're extending with the West Harrisville Road project. We're extending a storm drain to somewhere in here. I think. That's okay, yeah. Our storm drain is coming up to somewhere in here, I think. That's
A
not right.
little further,
Somewhere-
east, but yeah. near-
Somewhere in here.
Yeah.
So they'll have to come out here and then run it down to. Okay.
So, based on you guys doing these road improvements.
Yeah.
And we're writing development now, would you rather have money and you guys put the storm into your plans and build them and we just pay for it? Or would you rather have us be the ones putting the shovels in the ground?
It might be complicated if we accept money because we're doing a federal project. And this is
Oh, okay.
process from
You got-
regional
you got
council funding.
Federal okay.
It'll cost a lot more.
Right.
Through the federal funding and dig it out project, right, not minister of response.
You probably want this.
That's right.
It'll be-
You want us to build the whole road?
Right.
It'll be cheaper.
No.
All right, shouldn't have bought it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Have to depend bids and all that, and that whole process, so it'd probably be less expensive for you to do it.
But that's where the timing is important, to have that.
Yeah, what is like, what is your timing? Have you designed the road yet? You have construction documents?
We're 90% defined.
90% design.
The hope is, so they're still working on easements with, construction easements with the neighbors on the south side. And once those get cleared, it'll be ready to advertise. The hope is to have that, bid out later this fall.
And when you plan to start construction?
Well, they start construction on an irrigation ditch on the south side, however, when the water's not in, so they give them
Before
that
April.
flexibility to have to be done by April with the irrigation ditch. But then all the road work would likely start in April, May.
Okay. And is the storm sewer, it's not in your design, right?
The,
The extension of storm?
just for the road project, not
Just, not ours, yeah, right, okay, that's what we should, right?
You'd have to do design. There isn't a design for that
Yeah,
yet.
that's-
I mean, we have design of ours, we can give you the elevation that you need to.
Yeah, we'll need your,
Yeah,
your construction documents, our engineer. Yeah, pretty sure that's all, that's all lined up. So April, May of 2027. Construction. Okay, so we'll have to need to work through dates and timing, yeah, how that will work out.
yeah. Well, and even getting your road in, I mean. Anything your road cuts. We can coordinate with our contractor when we're out there, but tie in the overline across to the other side of the road.
Stub and utilities and,
Sub and utilities, and even if you get your curb wrapped, that'd be nice before, so we're not planning on. Tearing out that side, but we are gonna, so the widening will all be over here, right, so get widened over here. But-
if we give you this, all this location, is this touching?
It is.
All this location, would you guys put into your plans stubbing utilities and doing like a curb cut, or how? I mean,
No, we prefer you guys to just have that done.
we can't, again, I don't
I don't
have to cut into your road, that's a timing thing,
I
yeah,
know, it's,
but it also happens.
yeah, if it came down to it, we'd have to try to figure something out.
All right,
I
let's
would
just work
say-
on that.
Is this section. So the widening will be over here, and then the rest of it, it'll just be a mill and overlay. So they'll come in, widen this, leave a little bit low, come back through, mill the existing road, and then do like that 2-inch cap over the whole thing.
Get easier. Good thoughts? You love it, you hate it? You can put out fires here, right? Yep.
We will get questions about that, hammerhead, and I don't know why.
As long as it's not over 150, right?
Yeah.
Each lane can be over 100, or what?
And you're able to
Yeah.
teach her. And it's just too, I think before they were like, oh, not to get Fritz house, they had some comments, but as long as you both are okay with it, that's all that matters, so, and that's what I keep telling them, like, they've seen this, they're okay with it.
I don't like them, but
Yeah.
they're acceptable.
Okay,
We look, well, and we did look at, we talked about a cul-de-sac option, but it's important to the city
Connectivity.
that, right, have future, as they say, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a short-term fix. That's what we're going.
Right. And we hope that you don't have to ever use.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
that's good.
Okay,
So we'll look
So-
at that.
so we'll get the
agreement
development agreement and more detailed concept plan is an attachment to that. And we plan on,
Public notice for,
planning,
September 9th, planning commission. And
and then
assuming you get a positive recommendation, city council and
what day do you guys do city council on?
the second Tuesday, so October's will,
13th.
yeah, October 13th will be our city council.
It's like I'm in town that day. I might get to see Jason.
Haven't seen him for a minute.
Yeah, we'll figure that out, okay. Perfect,
I need to wait till November, but,
no, we don't want to do that.
okay.
We don't do that. We want to keep going. Okay,
So the deadline for submittal for September 8th. Or 9th.
9.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it should be August 26th. Is when we need everything submitted, but we'd like the development agreement earlier than that to get our legal. To review that.
Yeah, we'll get to your We can say 13. Okay. Yeah, we'll get issues. Get two concerns.
We hashed out a lot of it already,
Yes,
so it's that.
I'll be familiar with it.
Okay,
All right, thanks,
thank you
Randy.
so much. Appreciate it.
Let's jump to our next item, which is a potential mixed-use commercial project at 2440 Mark Luna. Mark, you don't have any plans, is that correct?
No, well, you do, but I didn't get booked up. So I did print them out here. I got an idea. That conversation he just had with Dan was a good warm up. That's exactly what I'm looking. You want to up there?
Sure.
So this is a project we've been working on for what, 4 years now?
Yeah, we haven't seen for a bit, but
Yeah, we kind of had to take a different angle because once we started getting into our last one, we had issues with the, once things started getting down to the nuts and bolts, the investors started changing their terms on us. So we had to be more creative. So as far as the total land, with the different colors, the total land right there is 9.4 acres. And what we were wanting to do, because it is mixed use, is sell off the residential side of it. And
Which is the orange on.
which is the
right?
orange of the map, right?
And you would keep the purple.
We'd keep the purple and continue with our own project on a smaller scale. On the original project,
No football stadium,
no,
come on.
and no nightclub.
Restaurant.
just the rest.
And you
I
need
was all-
4.5 acres for the restaurant?
No, but what we're doing, glad you brought that up, like I said,
I'm like.
that was a
what
good
is
warm up.
restaurant?
Good warm up on the conversation you just had, because we wanna do is. Increase the density for our residential. I know it's 6, we want 8. And to get that, since you guys are in the give and take mood right now. Is the area right here. This section, so it's gonna be anywhere from 3/4 to an acre, right here above.
Yeah,
See that amount?
yeah.
Yeah, so in the color of this section,
That first
is
square.
that first, this square right here.
Okay, yep.
See that? Okay. Is we would trade you the density of 8 for a park. Everybody say yes. So that's a great trade.
So do you want the spots right now?
You want?
So in this area, we're not looking to put a park, and parks of that size are really difficult for the city to manage. Generally, those are HOA parks. And when I was looking at this and knowing you were coming in, what we talked about, we've talked extensively about the property above, and what it seemed like the city council and planning commission wanted to see was something more on the lines of 4 to 5 units per acre. And so getting the park and creating the density, I don't know I think the density is gonna be really hard for the citizens to accept. And then, they're really resistant to anything under 6 from what we've seen, like 6 with the Haas just failed for our creek stop, and that's why he's going so big, is that got a hard stop at that location. This is a different location, and so I think the 6, if you went with the Haas, is a possibility.
What is the density?
I thought it was 6 already.
Well, so,
That was the highest density they were covering.
And
oh, this is a heat pump right there.
so this is developed, because this is commercial mixed use,
This is commercial.
but there's only this amount of street frontage, so for me, from planning, I don't see a need for commercial in this area here.
Well, you're doing
So
a bigger commercial.
unless you're doing a bigger commercial development that ties to that road frontage.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to keep that half acre that's here, commercial, fire 89, but if this goes to some sort of residential, that seems reasonable to me. Have to see what the residents say, because it's not tied to, you know, a main commercial street. So a super high density, so these, what type of lots are these? These are like 3,000
family though.
5,400 square foot. Yeah, they range anywhere from 50 feet wide to 180 feet to 60 feet wide, 90 feet.
And I think that, I don't think that's 8 units per acre. I don't know how you would get.
Yeah, I don't know how, it didn't give my numbering out right. So,
That probably is closer to 6 units per acre.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused on the.
There's a Phantom Road.
Oh.
yeah, that's Phantom Road, it just,
Okay, that's all I'm getting at.
yeah.
Where is?
ChatGPT
Yeah.
design.
Oh.
Yeah, it's.
That's all.
So like I say, it's kind of all it is, I just wanted to get an idea.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what this.
So how far,
Yeah.
sorry, is that all in this?
Yes,
Yes.
that's all in that, it's the same shape as that orange area.
But what you're saying,
And how many
Sarah,
total acres?
There's four right there.
4 acres.
And they wanted to put a park here, but I would say,
rather see.
I would rather see it consistent with housing, and I think that's what's gonna pass better, and we can talk to our planning commission, city council. Our nearest park is,
But then that kind of, but doesn't, because I was told the land has to be, since it's a mixed use, has to be 51% commercial, 49% residential.
right, and that's what we
That
were
is correct.
discussing, is that is what has been planned here.
So if you make it all residential, that'd be great.
I don't, if we can reduce the density from a planning standpoint, I know on the map, we put this all, we're looking at redoing our future land use map. Future land use is definitely a blueprint we go by, but not something we're tied to.
Yeah.
Up
Because we can
here,
add-
we're looking at more, you know, like up here, with the project up here, you know, you've got 2 major road street frontage. Here, you're really landlocked, and so if we can do a more meaningful residential development, I think that makes more sense here.
If we were able to
I don't disagree.
rezone those multiple, like 2 to 3 acres of that into residential and keep 2 acres of
It is,
commercial, we're fine with that.
it's already all commercial.
That makes more
Oh, yeah,
sense.
perfect.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me, and even really the only, I think right now, and I look on, there's like a half-acre parcel that's right here, right?
Right, that's against the
Right
road.
here. That's right against the road.
Yeah.
That's the part that's important to me as far as commercial goes, and you might need a little bit more to get a restaurant in, so maybe half acre to an acre right
So
here.
I figure we're probably gonna need about between an acre and a half, because we're gonna have to, a restaurant, parking, all that other stuff. You know,
Do you have, a buyer for a restaurant there?
we're gonna, we,
Oh, you are.
yeah,
Awesome.
we're putting that, we've been working on this for 4 years.
And that's awesome, that you're gonna do
Yeah.
it.
I don't quit.
But we do have residential buyer.
We have a couple we've got a couple that want.
Well,
Plus
and
residential.
so I think even though our Haas ordinance is overlaid for residential, it would be less dense than the mixed use proposal.
One thing,
It would be.
And it would fit
it
better.
makes sense to kind of keep this commercial line, maybe line up with babies. Maybe 5, whatever that's. I mean, like you said, you're gonna need something bigger than a half acre.
Oh,
Yeah, keep
But
it-
keep
like I
that
said,
same line.
Yeah,
Kind
keep
of
that
keep
line.
line, something
Yeah.
like that. That commercial.
So what you're suggesting, Sarah,
It's a Haas on all of this,
Okay.
and then this says commercial.
So let's give you a little background on the Haas.
Oh, yes. So we were trying to think, but the state gave us a mechanism to get better affordable housing, and we, credit. And so we jumped on that to create an ordinance that would allow higher density overlay, so up to 6 units per acre. Half those units need to meet an affordability target. It's somewhere around $500,000 is what we've been looking at. And they need to be owner occupied, and there's a 30-day first right of refusal for Harrisville residents, essential workers. So it's earmarking those for a certain target market. So it's an average 6 units per acre. So you do some larger lots, some smaller, and we have specific design standards for those that are in the ordinance, and I can send that to you of what your setbacks are. It gives it's a lot more generous with your setbacks. You can get a lot tighter and closer with your layout and everything. So that's what I think, we tried to do it on a different parcel that was like you saw surrounded by ag and they weren't very happy with it, but where this one is close to commercial and tighter density. I think it has a much better chance still.
Can I vote on it?
Yeah, yeah.
This section right here will not be well received by the community. That goes up to 750, because it's these large lots, lots of ag property, and then we're gonna have either are these supposed to be patio homes? Like, or townhouses, like, coming right between all these homes that are on 2-acre lots.
They're not, they're single family.
They're like the
Yeah.
hospitals.
We'll get, just,
To Andy's point.
just
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
ahead.
Yep.
Everyone that lives on 750 on both sides of the street will.
Hates
will
us,
come.
we know.
No, not hates you, but
No, they told us it's okay.
preserve they wanna preserve the, you know, the community and what that area is. I don't think that this is as big of a concern because it does integrate well with what's happening on, Highway 89 and also our, townhomes that are between 2000 north and 750 west there. But this portion right here, I think is the one that's going to have the biggest concerns for everybody, and not just for the look of the neighborhood,
What do you
but
recommend?
traffic. Less homes right there. Like, I think I think all of the concerns that we've had come up, so this is just, I'm just wrapping up my second year doing this. Every time we talk about doing anything along 2550 and 750, we have concerns about not just numbers, but traffic. It's a major thoroughfare for about 5 schools going north and south along that road. There's no sidewalk. We don't have curb and gutter, you know, all of those things. And so thinking, oh, there's going to be another 30 or 40 homes right here. It's easy for someone to say, oh, they're all gonna go in and out on 89, but they're not. They're all gonna come out on 750. And even with the dance studio, and that's in full swing during the school year and stuff, people come in and out of there. These are just the concerns that are brought up on a regular basis. Teenagers drive that road all the time during school. Buses use that road as a major thoroughfare. So those are some of the concerns.
Isn't it planned for curb and gutter, 750? Because when we went through to get the approval, to get the access to 750.
Yeah.
We went through, that was a nightmare. And so you're right, I mean, we heard everything, you know. So, but it was also said that that was going to be curb and gutter and sidewalk was the
It's on
plan
our transportation plan.
for 750.
Which,
But not evidently.
right, yeah.
Sure, I mean, right, it's gonna be continuing once it's built up to what right here. I think the road's wide enough to here on that side. But,
So, yeah, something to consider if we're gonna go higher density in this area, for the give and take would be to probably widen and improve part of 750 west. And I think that would probably be really important to get it.
well, and that's not even, again, like a give and take, it's gonna be a requirement.
Yeah.
Oh, for traffic.
For just, yeah, they're gonna have to do the frontage improvements. on
They're-
750.
Oh, yeah, just their own frontage improvements, but I'm talking about
Oh,
connecting it to like 2550 or making it so that we have. Cause if they improve it just on their frontage, yes, that they have to do. But what the planning commission, city council is gonna be worried about is how does that road connect to the major thoroughfares? Would you, if they approved it up to 2550, would that make a big difference?
Well, I don't, that's
That's a lot.
a huge project. We've applied for funding, but we haven't been.
We're working from the south north.
Right.
So we've gotten south of Highway 89, we've got the funding quite that. But it takes us 5 to 10 years to get the funding.
So it's quick.
Right.
What we lose in speed, we gain in stability and strong projects, right?
And stubbornness, yes. Yeah, that's, we've dealt a lot with those guys.
I'm just saying, I mean, Sarah, I agree, it'd be great if that's something that could happen, be pretty.
It's
To get the
it's a
whole-
big ask.
We trade the park for the road.
So that's kind of where I'm coming at, is like, we can do the density here, and then we need the road improvements to appease citizens and to make the density work. And just up to 2550, so there's like one direction it's improved, or
And just on.
Both sides.
it's on their side.
Okay.
So you're talking about on the west side of the road?
Yes.
That's a long way to go.
It is,
That's a lot of money.
yep. Yep, so that's the. And it may not be curb gutter sidewalk, it may just be increased asphalt so that we improve. Cause is that a concern, is it just the width of the road is the main concern for the traffic?
I mean, that's some of the concern. It's already such a busy area. It's,
So we've already,
adding homes here is not palatable to citizens, so we're all trying to think about what can we do to make it more palatable. We love the commercial property. We all want that to work in Harrisville. So I don't know what the best thing is at this moment.
I don't think the commercial property in the isolated in the middle is viable, no. I think we will generate a lot more revenue from a higher density housing project in the middle than we will from any commercial isolated. What are your thoughts of the original proposal with the park there?
I like parks. I don't know if that's the best spot. It would really depend on accessibility. I don't know.
Honestly, a park would be
Well-
nice right there if the ski property ended up developing similarly. More residential and you had a park somewhere in the middle. I mean, that would make sense at that point.
Could change that.
But again, yeah, I don't know that play, because there's way, oh, like Ryan's,
I run Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll change hands for just a minute.
What do you think?
Well, one of the members of our committee has set up, he sits up in the Majestic Heights area where there isn't really a park system or some areas. And so he made some suggestions on the open property at one time. This fits into that area, which you talked about. But it also has to fit with what's needed as far as public works needing to maintain it. Now, as we work with flagship homes, there's some things that are going on to make it an accessibility. But when you have density, having a park there is an important part of this thing. So your first concept does have a lot of merit, what I'm saying. Because people, now, where would they migrate to go to the park? They have to go out to the main park on Highway 89 or down on the 2000 or Blvd. So having some more land up in that northern area is a positive thing. And that's what I should want to say. And I don't want to dispute that. And as far as density, I think my personal feeling is if you blended it on like the first 4 lots, making it bigger and then going to your density, it would be much more palatable, 750, I'd say. You know, say, okay, we can live with this. I think the concept is there, but a couple of things, especially we consider a park and it is feasible and it is, it's where, we're not going to mow in school. Let's just face that. It's not working. But that does give a gathering point of the road.
Yeah, 4 to 6 homes that are larger that match 750 bedroom might be a good option.
This is a thought I have. That's all.
And we had,
and you guys have thought
we
about
had
stuff I never
developers do
thought
that
about, so
before.
it's,
We
yeah.
had a development
All
that
kinds of
put in
options.
4 homes on the corner of 24, 25 north and 600 west. This is years and years ago. This is probably 15, maybe 18 years ago. 4 homes went in there right on the corner, and then it took, about 12, 13 years for the other homes to come in. But they anchored the neighborhood. It looked nice. And then when the other homes trickled in, they were all different size and scope and all that too. So that might be,
So we've got a couple interested parties we have. We've got, a developer that wants to take it from, the vertical, from the horizontal to the vertical. And then we've got developer that wants to buy the lot, develop the lots, and then sell them off, to different deals. So, we've got different aspects of interested parties that match all of it.
yeah, you're gonna have a hard time getting lots on both sides. Stretch right here.
I don't think the road's shown the.
Oh, you've got 176 feet, I think,
Yeah.
right there. Especially if you do larger, and I know that it's not, nobody likes to do a full road with only one side, but you're gonna, especially if you do a little bit larger lots right here, you're probably just gonna be able to do the side.
And that's going on to 750 right there.
Yeah, just this, right, cause you just have, when I was looking at the plat, I think it shows 176 feet. And that's the Rasmussen and then the new municipal piece, right?
Okay.
You're showing. right,
Yeah.
That's this distance from here, to here.
Yep.
Yeah, chunk right there.
And, I mean, we could probably look at more connectivity than that circle, but I mean, if there's 4 homes here, we could probably, you know, if there is a park, it could shift this way and then have double-sided at least
Yeah.
here,
Sure.
you
Yeah.
know. And I don't
Because
know.
we've got, as far as that land goes, we can add more density because, like I said, on ours, you know, we've got, I think, 4, the commercial aspect of it is like 4 acres. So we only need probably 1.5 acres. You know, 2 acres tops, so you can push,
That park over.
yeah, you
the
can
park.
literally
Or do you
push a
do
residential
something
farther back
that
into
is
that.
Yeah,
Density.
yeah, do we
And
want,
then do a park in between and then.
yeah,
Like,
Talk to Scheme.
you,
Say again?
That's what I talked to Scheme.
yeah, combining it with them.
Well,
would be
we
good.
had on our original deal, Skeen was gonna sell that 5 acres up to the north of us.
Because when they had come through with some plans for this piece, they had a road coming out right here. That's the other, like, if they went to develop in the future, we don't want roads that are close to each other, so there's gotta be some connectivity or plans for this whole area.
So would it be better to do, you're talking about doing the row houses on one side. If you flip that, put the road on this end, put the houses down here.
Yeah.
Well, now that would tie
That-
better
that-
into what
yeah, that
Skeen
would-
wanted to
that
do in
would,
the future.
Because then you could have some homes right here and then you'd still have room for homes up here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be a lot better.
Yeah, because then it would
this
tie
is,
up both.
oh, sorry, this little,
That's.
That's our little fire.
that's their little.
yeah, so that's not wide enough to do houses on both sides, so I'm sorry, where are these houses?
These ones would.
What property is here on the
So
map?
this property is theirs.
Oh, okay, so you were adding property. to
Yeah,
it.
so we're
Okay,
adding,
yeah.
they were showing their road coming.
So they get
So they would
connectivity
tear
there.
Sorry,
this
I'm
out.
late to that.
Oh, no.
I was
I
trying
never
to figure
disclosed
out-
that part.
Well, I was trying to figure out how you were getting houses on both sides of the.
They're small houses. They're tiny, tiny.
Yes, right, they're doghouse. Okay,
His strip's only.
If we are thinking more like partial townhomes, partial patio homes and HOA park makes more sense in the middle, and that's what's palatable at an acre. And then it would serve that community, and then just an acre community park is tough to support, but if we did do some townhomes.
I'm just thinking to give you density and it's gonna be buffered from 750 residents. This is just brainstorming, right? So
Yeah.
you guys chime in if you disagree, that if you're gonna have your restaurant and commercial front on Highway 89, you had some higher density behind that. The park as a buffer.
Yeah.
And then the lower density
Lower density as you go. towards
units
750.
towards 750 West, you might be able to come up with something. Maybe,
That makes.
And maybe it is
maybe
more.
don't trust Chat GPT for your roads.
It was just,
I did.
it was an idea. It was better than me just pointing at it going, well, here's my idea right here.
And I.
'Cause that was my first plan.
The mistakes we've seen a little bit when people come in with townhome developments. Like, you don't wanna go more than about 11 units per acre on a townhome. We've seen people try to just really pack those in like a sandwich.
So what would you, because I have a really good relationship with Ski. And I can approach him
Yeah, I do
On
all
this
that together.
upper area.
That's
I mean,
ideal.
That is
Maybe
ideal.
master
What?
plan. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to kind of master that whole area.
Because he was gonna sell me that land anyway. For our project.
Even-
So the
even
last
property
time I
north-
came in months ago, they wanted like 165 units.
They wanted,
And then. it
Well, the
went
thing
down
is,
to
he
like
can want what he wants and whatever
I'm
you're
just
going to
saying.
approve.
Come on,
Yeah, so it's whatever, he can want, I can just flat out tell him, like, here's the most they're gonna do.
And
You know,
But
if
the
you want in
larger-
on it.
the larger the acreage, the more density we can push towards the highway and away from those residents.
Yeah.
And the less kickback we're gonna get
and the
for
thing is,
development.
think it's not a pause, we just rely on the fact that we're gonna do some townhomes that are gonna be more affordable. And, what we'd have to give as the city is, are we okay designating less commercial land?
That would be the.
That would be,
biggest question.
so we'd still do a mixed use commercial development,
But maybe the percentages are different.
but the percentages are different. I think in this area, that's wise. I think we're going to get more money from the residential than we will from the commercial.
And we did have that discussion, Sarah, pretty heavily with the other scheme
Yes.
property proposal. We talked about giving on the commercial side because that area is.
So then if we did that, like on this, what would you require commercial percentage of this?
I don't know that we would. in
I don't
that
think we
state.
want any commercial in the.
Because yeah, it's a
Right.
We're still talking about-
Right.
So
I
we were
think his
talking this
commercial
corner.
over here.
That corner, we want to see commercial in that 2440
And then-
back a little ways. You
Yes.
want to see
Maybe
commercial for
like
your
up
you
here.
know, for your restaurant there.
Yeah.
That commercial in the corner commercial is all that I see. That makes sense.
Being viable commercial.
Yeah.
And then.
And then what about along up here? Cause that's his land too.
Yeah, this is kind of where it got tricky with the last concept plan, because they were, and maybe we have to concede a little bit more on the commercial there and just let it be homes. because They were proposing a
Live here, work
townhome, live here,
here.
work here. We have some that have not panned out the way that they
They live
were.
over there.
Oh, that's the one where there's the residential on the bottom,
Yeah.
commercial on
Yeah.
top. I mean, residential on
Right,
top.
right.
but
I think
those don't work. Those don't work.
They haven't been successful, so we would have to talk about that, but if you were to include, I mean, ideally, having that entire master.
All of
area
that master plan.
That would be a great proposal to the city.
And yeah, with a common park that everyone can use. Reasonable density, parking is going to be very important. We don't want any parking on the streets in this area, so. Go ahead.
Yeah, the walking trails would feed the business.
Why would you also feed your business?
Mhm.
And that's one of the high priorities in the walking trails and system.
But as far as infrastructure goes, it would be awesome if it all got planned once, like you said. Like, that would be so much easier for utilities and roads and.
We'd have 3 access points within there, distribute the traffic. Well, that will help eliminate some of the concern. We still obviously need to make improvements.
Yeah.
It would be development agreement. It wouldn't really fit exactly in with the code. So we would have to look at how to present that. What do you think residents wise though? Because this is, it will be we're hoping a nice master plan community with some larger lots and some townhomes. They want to see ag right there, but is that really high producing viable ag land right there that they want to preserve?
Not necessarily. No, I think it's. Some thoughts. Okay, that's, those don't all need to be shared right now, but, I think something that's well planned. Well planned and well presented through this area would be much more palatable than what some residents view as, oh, everyone's just trying to, buy houses in here and make money. So like, that's one of the sentiments that we deal with, of course, everywhere.
Unless otherwise doing it, then it's
Yeah,
all.
exactly, and that's fine, when they wanna sell their own land, yeah, that's not a conversation.
When they sell their own land, they're not gonna go, well, you know what, I'm okay with
Yeah.
four lots per
Yeah.
acre.
So, but we, those of us that are regular, I live right here. I
Oh,
live-
you're one of the 750s?
No, but I'm very close to this, and I'm on.
Like, no wonder she's talking so much.
No, I'm on 750 and 2550 all the time, just with my own, work, family, and so on. So 2550, everyone wants to see be thoughtfully addressed. And so we know that the only way that that's really going to happen with Pleasant View and with Harrisville, because 2550 is owned by Pleasant View, is with some thoughtful development. And so I think when that gets happening, it'll be a lot more palatable for everybody. I like what was already said, like, we want to preserve the commercial corner, and then, of course, the 2440, all that frontage, we want to be as commercial as possible, but rooftops bring commercial, we know that from, I mean, every city around here has that same issue. So we have to have rooftops, so.
When you look at the development that's going on in 2700, commercials all the way down. This fits in the top corner, this is West Harrisville. That is a commercial restaurants and things like that. For now, we have the density flowing to that area. It always will be bottleneck as far as 2550 one day, every 2700. And you got some change, at least that I'm, is that correct?
That intersection will change again, it's changed like.
It will, UDOT, we still have, and UDOT still has identified this as a signalized light at some point. Yeah, so we tried hard to preserve this as commercial because if that's prime commercial to have a signal light there. I think something else we have to consider too with the change and shift in online shopping, that residential is economic development for the city. People shop online and those sales taxes come back to the city if they're careful and put the appropriate city name when they're purchasing. So we have to help in identifying all the resources that we gain from that revenue. But so houses there aren't necessarily just property taxes. We get sales taxes from homes now with the amount.
Good, so you claim that it's commercial. I like
It does, we're seeing more viability.
We just have to identify.
Oh, I mean, there would.
Hey, now I want 10 per acre.
And, David seems aware of this, because with any of his plans, 2550 does have to be completely, improved on that side, just like on the 2535 they're doing it right now.
Right, they're improving, yeah.
And
So
if
they've
we-
got the width, I don't know, but you can see how far.
Yeah.
they have to do up there.
And if we.
So are they getting ready to
develop
sell that
way,
one also?
They're building.
They're building again.
Building, someone's building on it.
They're sell,
Flood.
Oh, okay.
so that's why townhomes may be up in that area, blend it, but it seems like it would be best to put all of the land together so that we're not seeing a fight where it's like,
So don't match.
I get this townhome and I get, you know, like, if it all comes in as one conglomerate, it's gonna be a lot easier to
likely,
allow
'cause-
density.
We have this, he has this, and he has that. So that whole thing, and he's got all this
Yeah.
ski stuff, so.
And if there's that much land develop, then hopefully it's more economical that we can see if we can put some improvement onto 750 to support all of that. So if we get 2550 totally improved and 750 partially improved there, that would be ideal.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it, if you could show it master plan, then it takes away some of that concern of all of the homes going out just on.
Yeah.
If you have different access points, maybe you go north to 2550, we could potentially, I don't know if we can tie it in with the highway or not, but if they had a highway.
Well, that's gonna be too close right there for another.
Well, no, I was saying
No.
if you had, if you had like a road as part of your commercial that came into it, and then you had something.
Oh, you're not eating up all my commercial.
Well,
I
no,
need
we won't,
that.
well, no, just go deeper then. I don't know that that makes sense.
Cause there's already a road coming here.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
dang it,
I-
sorry, I touched it. Here, how to get rid of that? So,
There's already a road on your south side.
yeah, so there's already,
Oh, you got a shared
yeah,
access.
shared access that's gonna come in here
Oh, that's
to
right.
the back.
That's right.
So there's already road coming
So we
through
can
there.
keep that shared access.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this commercial probably
access
won't,
to townhomes.
this commercial probably won't connect to that. As far as.
It could.
I think it could, we could have,
It would just be on the south end.
yeah. and
Oh,
then-
over here, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then have it go through townhomes, park,
Yeah, sure.
That's single
I guess I was just saying, if you had 3 different access points.
that'll help us.
Yeah, so we got one here, one here. That's what this is, this ghost road there. That kept adding to
You
that.
were already thinking.
Anything?
Yeah, I love the prospect of all of it together. I think we can negotiate
I
a
think we
lot
get
better.
that,
if
to
it's
set
all
up to
together.
ski and what he's gonna do with his density. Which,
Um,
I mean, if there's what he wants to do and what you're gonna allow him to do. It's kinda like me.
Well-
It's kinda not our
If we
choice.
see it as a whole conglomerate, and work through it together as a partnership, like 2 property owners, 1 builder does a concept, or developer, yeah, 3, I guess, 3 property owners, 1 concept plan, and then you assign whatever value to each property, but then we can look at the density as a whole and how it fits, because Skeen was having a hard time with just his property, and then we're having a hard time with just your property. But together, I think it makes a lot more sense, like the common space, the drainage, the everything.
And having, like,
Access.
it's Rasmussen's, right? Yeah, sorry, I was just reading the county maps. If having that on board helps too, because they were also struggling with the width.
With, yeah,
Of getting a road and then trying to get lots on both sides, they were struggling with that as
and they,
well.
yeah,
So if you could put that road where we talked about before and have
larger
larger
lots
lots
on either
on
side.
both sides that fit the community a little better on 750, that'd go a long ways, I think.
It is an uphill battle with the planning commission and the city council for any sort of density. So, not all, but
It's good to
it's
have
well planned.
different viewpoints when you discuss all the things.
This makes more sense. I just think it makes more sense. Amount of work.
Okay, well, I'll go talk to Skeen and like I said, I mean, well, yeah, I'll go talk to him and. see if we-
You know what our width is, right? You know how big that is.
Yeah, she said it was 170 some
Yeah.
feet.
170, is that what you said?
Yeah,
It's
it's just,
170.
and it was something just a little bit bigger on Skeens, and it was not working for a road going through the
Yeah.
middle. That was one of our big concerns. We're like, yeah, that
So
doesn't
if you
work.
have that whole space, that is a lot more
You
viable.
had 196.
Yeah,
You had
and it wasn't even
196,
working.
and that's 176,
Yeah.
so.
You've got, 350 plus feet to work with if you combine that, and that would be
Then you can get
a lot easier.
good road.
Then you could really buffer those residents with larger lots on 750 and then get your density towards the highway.
Yeah, it blends so nicely.
And one large park for the whole community, not a bunch of little whatnot, detention all together, one big area.
Of open space, the buffer.
So what I'm understanding is basically 4 lots here and 10 lots here.
Hey, the residents love that.
They would love that.
And then that would be ideal. With a huge park.
So,
Well, I'll go
I
talk
mean-
to Skeen.
I mean, as far as single family small, what they have to sum in for you already mentioned 6, great,
if,
on single family.
yes, but with this one, we might want to do the single families a little bit larger and then focus on townhomes for affordability where we're not doing the HOD.
Sure.
So I would look at
The new
more,
density may work out better.
I'd look at more like quarter acre lots. 8,000 to 10,000 square foot lots for your single family homes.
Definitely towards 750.
And
Or even
definitely
larger.
larger,
Towards
probably, towards 750, probably larger. And then your townhomes will give you your density and a more affordable product. And so we'll have some at all price ranges that way.
Yeah, if you had some larger homes by 750, some smaller ones transitioning into where you're gonna have your townhomes, like you could have 3 to 5 different products going through there that are scaled, that match.
So, yeah, maybe
On
third
both sides.
acre and quarter acre plus or minus in townhomes.
And there are definitely developers out there that have that.
Yeah.
Quantity of product.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of land.
it is, and I think it could be really well planned. Be an awesome asset.
All right, you go. I'll go talk to Skeen.
Yeah, let's give you your concepts back. We don't
Oh,
like-
yeah.
We don't like. Sarah, no. Okay. That way we don't have anything floating around. Those are yours.
Plan 0. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, next item is Dixon Creek Phase B. We have somebody that's been patient on sitting with us here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, hi Brent, come on up. I'm assuming you're here for QB.
Yep.
Hey,
Not that I know anything.
you were on that stuff, stuck in here.
Thanks for your patience there online. Hi Katie, hi Preston. I believe we've got your very plat here, so let me share. All right, who would like to jump in and tell us what we're talking about today?
Yeah, I can go ahead and jump in. Preston Mobius here. I think the main discussion today was regarding kind of update status with the LOMAR and our FEMA application. as well as, kind of starting our process with the project management meeting and planning commission meeting for the preliminary plat approval.
So Katie, I think you were on mute before when you tried to talk, or do you want to give an update on Walmart? Oh,
You're
still on mute. Shows a phone. Show a phone is fine.
There she is.
Oh. Maybe not.
How about now?
There we go.
Do you hear me? Okay, it was like double muted. Okay, so the update on the Lomar is that we went through one round of comments with them and we got a second round of kind of minor comments, and we resubmitted on those about a month ago. And I reached out to FEMA this week, and they are currently reviewing those comments. And so I do expect, and they wouldn't give me like a timeline, of course, but I would imagine within a couple of weeks we'll hear back whether they've accepted it or if they have any further small revisions that they want on the Lomar. So we're getting close. It's just kind of some minor technical things at this point.
So I guess Preston, once that gets approved and that floodplain is updated, then your guys' intent is to come back with 2B so that you can build in those parcels that are unbuildable right now. Is that right? Yes. You're on mute, Preston.
Sorry, can you say that again, Matt?
So I'm just saying, so I guess Katie, she mentioned that we're hopefully close. Once that gets updated, you guys will then come through with your phase 2B, which will have that flood zone removed and open up those other parcels.
Mm-hmm.
Build, right?
Correct. Yeah, I think what we kind of were wanting to achieve was going through the process with the city as far as approvals, and then holding off any type of plat recordation until the Lomar comes through, gets signed by the mayor, and gets finalized.
So you're wanting to go through planning commission and get preliminary plat approval, and then go to the county, get your review by the county. I think you already have all your service letters for these.
Yep.
And then we would just hold final approval.
Correct. Yeah. And I don't think it's on there, but maybe we can talk with the county and Matt and the city on putting some plat notes on there for kind of the recordation number of the Lomar and that acceptance as like a plat note. That'll secure, that gets finalized before any type of recordation.
I mean, the infrastructure is all in, right? It's just that you can't pull building permits until this gets done.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's, you know what I mean? It's like, it's gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess when I say I don't care, I don't see an issue. So I would start your review with the county, Preston, get your plat
Okay.
that you're planning on recording for 2B over to the county surveyor.
Okay.
And then if you get us a plat, we can have it on next month's planning commission.
Yeah.
And then we're just.
Perfect.
We're waiting for final approval until the flow markets approved.
It would go a long way if you have the counties sign off before we even go to planning commission.
Okay. And that would be just in the form of, Bridger reviewing and once that, if there are any are comments that come back, correct those changes and then forward over kind of his email of approval to you guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
And we probably wouldn't just hold the plat for recordation, we would hold the final approval letter.
Which,
Which
yeah,
is
to him,
it's just through this committee, essentially the people in this committee are the final
Yep.
sign off, but we would actually hold that final approval letter until that Lomar is completed.
Okay.
yep, sounds good to us.
Any other questions for us?
No, not on my end.
Okay, thanks Katie for including me on those emails. That's super helpful. Keep me in the loop.
Yeah, you bet.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, we have one more item on our agenda, but I don't see anyone here from the public on the proposed commercial site plan review. So we will postpone that until we get a hold of the applicant and have that on a future meeting. Okay, any other business for the record? Okay. We'll go ahead.